warfare or like any of the specific modes? Like, how do you handle, because obviously with 50 weapons, then across the different modes on top of that,
Yeah.
like, do you have one that like, okay, this is like the main focus of what we're going to be trying to gear things towards?
Not exactly. We would like to maintain a uh, balanced gameplay in both modes, and by using different strategy, uh, for example, like in the operation extraction mode, we use the pricing strategy to ensure that this weapon can have a very short TTK, but it's very pricey and it's very risky for you to bring it in. And also, for warfare, we have specifically extended our overall weapon TTK so that players have more time to react and focus on aiming and battle, stuff like that.
Very cool.
Gotcha.
I've got one more question from our Twitch chat. Landmark, if your community's got one, I'll allow one more after that, and then we'll have to keep moving. The next question I thought was really interesting. I think this is maybe a version of Tiger's Shadows or something like that. But from our Twitch chat, this user asked, is there any sort of anti-vehicle sniper being planned for the game, like an M82 or something like that? Do you all have any plans for that, or do you need the community to ask for it a ton for it to be included?
Well, it wasn't in my plan. Not until I see this recent question.
Okay.
I will take that in mind. I'll take that in mind, definitely.
I love it. Well, I think the classic answer too, we always talk about it in these broadcasts, is if chat or the community really wants something, go to Discord, go to Reddit, go to all the socials and tag them and at the team. The team is always watching the socials. You can always try to ask for stuff, ask for updates on things. They are constantly looking at it. So if everybody wants an anti-vehicle sniper, great. And if only just this one person wants it, it probably won't get added. So anything, Landmark, from your community before we send our devs on?
Yeah, I'm just curious. How do you guys go about picking the next guns you're adding? Right, you're gonna be picking 3 new guns every season. Like, are you just picking out your personal favorite guns, or is there some strategy to how you're selecting what gets added?
Well, as you can see, we have some preset tiers for these weapons. For example, like for example, M7 is the newest version of what military is using, and it's very expensive in the extraction mode. And also, we have some cheaper options such as Car 15. And we want players of all different playstyles to have guns to play. So whenever we see there's an empty spot in that hole, that add something into it. Like also, we will also also try to bring up some more dynamics, like some new gameplays. For example, in the future, maybe we'll have some underwater rifle.
Wow. Talk about a leak, an underwater rifle.
Underwater, yeah.
Oh, shoot. Okay, I like it. Amazing. Well, Sean, Gundam, you both were fantastic. Thanks for breaking down vehicles, weapons, and what we can expect going into the open beta. We've talked about a lot today, and we're going to be moving into our new category, monetization, here shortly with some different developers. So thank you so much for being here. Any final words before we send you out and bring in the new devs?
Just always tell us what you want, and we are always here to hear.
Amazing. That is the perfect send-off. Always tell the team what you all want. The community, they're always listening. Thank you so much, Sean and Gundam, and I'm sure we'll see you in the future.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thanks, guys.
Right. Hey, a great convo, gentlemen. How we feel about the first section of our broadcast here?
Yeah,
Feel
sounds good.
I
There's some
want to
cool
go
stuff coming.
underwater now. I want to go scuba diving.
Yes, somebody in chat said maybe a spear fishing gun or something like a harpoon. I don't know what's going to be added.
There are a few things. I don't know too much about them, but there are some guns that come to mind that were made to shoot underwater. They shoot like harpoon type things.
Okay. I like it. Well, okay. Before we bring in our second group of developers here, gentlemen, I'm gonna send you guys for like a very short break. I need a minute to myself on broadcast because it's time for me to be a man of the people. It's time for some giveaways, folks. I told you they were coming. It is time for our very first giveaway. This is for Amazon gift cards. If you're listening all over we're live on a ton of different socials. We are picking winners from Delta Force Game official Twitch channel. That's where we're hanging out over here. So what I need you to do is go into chat. All you have to do is be an active chatter. So the easiest way to do this, let's type some W's in the chat for Sean and Gundam, talking about vehicles, talking about weapons. Shout out to the devs. All you have to do, type W in chat or say hey, frankly. You just got to be an active chatter. We're going to basically have this timer going for about 3 minutes, and then we will announce the winner in chat. You'll get added by the official account, and I'll say your names on broadcast. And then all you have to do to get your gift cards and secure your win there is just whisper the official Twitch account for Delta Force Game Official. They will at you first. You can just click on that name and hit the whisper button on Twitch. We're only pulling winners from Twitch, though, so make sure you pop over here really quick, type in chat, and keep watching the broadcast, okay? So we're going to get our new devs in here and talk to them, and then I will interrupt them with the winners here in a little bit. And we've got a couple more of these down the line. This is not the only one. If you don't win, don't worry. You're not going to miss anything because we got more giveaways in the future. All right. Let's bring everybody back in. We've got our brand new developers. We've got Iris and we've got Gibby. Really excited to have both of you. Thanks for being here. How are you guys feeling?
Great. Yeah.
Excited to talk.
Yeah,
we've got your
okay?
mics. Yeah, we've got your mics. You're good to go.
Oh, yeah, sure. So great today.
Good. We are really excited to talk monetization and all things economy in this game. I know Landmark and Stone also big fans of the economy in game. This is a big part of what we do, especially in the operations game mode. So I want to go ahead and get started while our giveaway is going on with Mandelbricks. This is the most unique thing in terms of economy about Delta Force in comparison to other games. Talk to me about Mandelbricks. If maybe some people at home haven't really learned about them, what can people expect with Mandelbricks for the open beta?
Yeah, so we'll start it with Mandelbrick. And Mandelbrick can be obtained by extracting them from operation matches. And also, you can also obtain the Mandelbricks by doing exceptional performance in warfare mode. And as the video you can see, so both our Mandelbricks and the appearances obtained from them can be traded between players. And you can sell that for Delta tickets. And that Delta tickets can be used to purchase various appearances from the store. So the appearances can also be reconstructed. And with the reconstruction, you can combine several same grade appearances and to get a higher grade appearance.
Wow.
So you can see it's our appearances here. And we will release new Mandelbricks every season. And so the previous Mandelbricks won't be removed, but it will have a lower drop rate. So it may be harder to get the Mandelbrick.
Very cool. I know both of you, Landmark and Stone, you both have experience probably getting Mandelbricks in operations. Let's start with you, Landmark. Talk to me about that experience. And then also what Iris was just talking about of there's kind of a new functionality with the Mandelbricks and Delta tickets and trading those, and also season-specific Mandelbrick rewards, which is super cool.
Yeah, the Mandelbricks are super cool in this game. They give you a dynamic way to play the maps where there's this item that spawns in that everyone wants to try and get and fight over, and you have to bring it to different locations, and it makes people move around the map and keeps you very engaged. And it adds to that element of not knowing what to expect in the extraction mode. And on top of it, I like skins, so being able to unlock skins, and I mean the ones they just showed off were cool. Seeing the internals of the guns moving and functioning as they should when you're shooting the gun I love that.
Yeah, I've always wanted to have like that experience where that's how first of all that's how you get skins. But I think you also mentioned that you can pull out a currency from that as well and then use that to unlock things if I'm not mistaken. But
Yeah, so it's like that. You can sell the Mando Brick and also the Mando Brick you get from, and also the skins you get from Mando Brick. And you can sell it to other players. It's like that. Then you can sell the Mando Brick and also the Mando Brick our other skins in our stores. You get from Mando.
Interesting. Yeah, see, that's what I've always wanted because then there's more of like an incentive to go after, even if it's not even necessarily a random chance to get it. I've kind of always wanted that because there's always, you get the weapon, you get the item, you get kitted up, you get your own inventory, and I love that as well. But if you can then get something that's worth a little bit more off of that for the game, then there really is kind of an incentive to push and get those bricks out.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite ads, frankly, because I think for true grinders like you two, especially on content, there's always going to be incentive to work for Mandel Bricks now because you can use those to get other skins in the game as well besides just rewards. Love that idea. Super, super cool. I mean, Landmark, any other thoughts on that?
No, that sounds great. I mean, especially if you're unlocking something, you're like, oh, I don't really want that one, and you can trade it and get something else. Sounds great to me.
I love it. Well, before we move on, we do have our first giveaway winners. I want to say your names. Also, our account is going to @ you one more time. This also means all of you W spammers out there, you can finally stop spamming your Ws and just hang out with us in chat. I will tell you when to start typing again in terms of interacting with a new giveaway down the line. Our 3 winners, Hey Nupa, Dumontu, and Banky Boy 60. Congratulations. You've won Amazon gift cards. Make sure to whisper the official account. Those are our 3 winners for this one. We'll get back into our conversation. Congrats, though, and more giveaways into the future near the end of this broadcast. Back to Iris and Gibby. It is time to talk economy in general. Talk to me about the Delta Force economy. We've talked a little bit about Mandel Bricks, but how does this economy all work for maybe somebody that's new and what to kind of understand about it?
Yeah, so here's the picture for you. We can get a picture. And actually, we'll start it with some actually basic appearances. So we've prepared numerous appearances that can be earned as rewards through active participation. That's called. And firstly, we have free appearances of all firearms that can be unlocked by completing missions. And this series of missions will remain available forever. So next is our free prize pool, tactical armament, and it's actually just the purple line. So this series of missions so in this pool, the players can earn draw tickets through event missions and also the exchange sword. So actually, finally, there are the Mando Bricks, and we just mentioned it. So it's the game's most essential items and also a crucial source of obtaining top-tier appearances. And actually, here's some examples of the skins you can get in our games.
Yeah, this is awesome to look at these skins. I would love to go back as well to that first image if we can and put production on the spot because I love this breakdown of the different ways you could get different rewards. So Iris, can you give me one more brief description here of the difference between kind of the tactical armament and then the skins you can get from Mandel Bricks and how to use the Delta tickets? Can you explain that one more time?
Yeah, sure. So the skins you can get from the armament is actually more essential. And so the skins you get from Mandel Brick, it will have more functions. Since the Mandel Bricks is clearly harder to get. And so that's the main difference between these 2 kinds of skins. And so the Delta tickets, as I've just said, you can get it by selling the Mandel Bricks and also the skins you get from Mandel Bricks. And with the Delta tickets, you can get various kind of maybe top tier or higher tier of skins in our store.
Yeah, wow. Okay, I love this graph. This is like opening up my brain to how this all works. Landmark, I'd love for you to talk about. This is what we're just talking about with Delta tickets, right? So if you maybe get a skin from that Mandel Brick that you're either not going to use or something like that, you can then sell them in order to use it to get something else in game that you actually want. So a very cool breakdown.
Yeah, it looks like this is all done just through the gameplay and getting players to interact with the Mandelbrick events and going after the challenges in the game and just to keep coming back and playing and grinding. And I think that's going to be like really good for the gameplay and just giving people an incentive to go in matches, fight each other, duke it out, and try to survive.
And it seemed like there was a couple different tiers, like the purple line on the top, and then the orange tier, and the red at the bottom. So are those different? Like, how do you get a voucher versus getting, the mantle brick is separate, and then there was a key as well. Like, how does the key interact with that?
Yeah, so actually the key, and we called it the quantum keys. The quantum keys is used for opening the Mando bricks, and you guys can experience it in our open beta this time. Since last time our task, the Mando brick doesn't need any things to open. Actually, since this time we've put in some more, maybe some greater appearance in the Mando bricks. So we just maybe just put a little key on it. And the key, you can get it by store and also by data tickets. So actually, when you get a Mando brick out of the game, and you can sell it and to get data tickets, and next time you can just use the data ticket. You can just use the key that you just bought to open the Mando bricks.
Wow, yeah, there's a lot going on. So essentially, you could get a Mandel brick and not have a key to open it, but you could sell the Mandel brick to get tickets. Wow. Or if you did have a key, you could just open it and keep moving on and get the rewards from it. So there's kind of a lot of different ways to interact with the Mandel bricks, pending you getting keys. My question, I think the follow up there is the easiest ways, or do you get a certain amount of keys each week, or how do the keys exactly work? You said you could buy them. Is that via Technic Alloy, or is that via just the Delta tickets?
So it's via Delta tickets and also Delta coins, but you just can't buy that through. So you can buy it through Alloy. Since the Mando bricks, you can get it from both mode of our games. So if you can buy it through Alloy, I think it's kind of not that reasonable. Yeah. Not that good for the other mode mode of the other mode players.
Yeah, we have to leverage the experience of both mode players. So it's not reasonable to sell it via Technic Alloys. That's it.
Yeah, gotcha. Because you need keys for the Mandel bricks, but the Mandel bricks you can also earn through Warfare. So if you could use Technic Alloy, which is just in operations, that wouldn't make sense. Okay, cool. Stone, what you think?
Yeah, no, that sounds interesting. And a lot of people are even asking then, and maybe you have this information now, but with anything that's earned or got during the beta, is that something that's going to wipe going into a future release, or if you do wipes in general for it?
Yeah, so can we answer this question now?
I think we'll keep it as a secret for now. Is that okay?
It's still under discussion.
Go ahead and play our game.
Yeah.
Great. We'll learn more about wipes potentially either next week or soon. We'll keep that a secret for now, and stay tuned and keep asking questions in Discord as well. Amazing. Well, this is super interesting. I had mentioned Technic Alloy. You had mentioned it before. Let's talk a little bit more specifically about what Technic Alloy is. This is kind of the main currency that Landmark, Stone, and I know from operations. So let's take a look at that and tell me a little bit about Technic Alloy, Iris and Gibby.
Yeah, so actually I've just talked about the Technic Alloy, and let's give a more closer look into it. So it's, as we've just said, it's the operations mode currency, and it can be earned by selling various supplies for those who haven't played the game before. Actually, in the live version of our games, we will allow players to exchange Technic Alloy for armament vouchers, so you can obtain epic appearances more easily. And for the Mando brick, Technic Alloy can also be used to purchase premier combat supplies so that you can get the Mando bricks easier. And also, as I've just said, you can exchange the quantum key, which can open the Mando brick by Technic Alloy. So actually, you can just get all kinds of skins in our games without using any true money. And also, for those who play the Warfare mode, you don't have to worry, because in Warfare mode, we've also prepared all kinds of virtuals the keys and the manual breaks to obtain. You can just obtain them by just completing some warfare missions.
Got it. Okay. So a lot of different ways to earn a lot of different things, but specifically, I mean, we three know this currency a ton because this is like the main currency that you use in operations, right? So you can not only use it for basically spending all your money on an AWM, or you could use it for cosmetic stuff, which is interesting. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that there's, usually in games like this, I kind of farm up as much cash as I can. And you kind of get a giant pool going, and you need that for resources to go into games. Obviously, it depends how it's balanced with it, but having a way to then spend the extra alloy that you have on cosmetics and having that as a main part of the currency, gives you more incentive to actually pull that out. And when you get a haul off of a good, juiced up gun or player, I mean, it becomes more worth it.
Yeah, it gives you a reason to keep playing too, beyond like when you get rich and you have all the gear that you want, right? It gives you a reason to keep going in and grinding and I'm going to spend my extra money instead of just stockpiling it all. I'm going to put it to use.
Yeah, I saw somebody in the Twitch chat, Maple City, man. I don't know if you're lying or not. He said he was on 30 mil last playtest. So yeah, you could actually spin some of that this time around on cosmetics, which is great. Amazing. Well, let's talk a little bit. A lot of people have been asking about how do I actually spend money on this game in general? Paid cosmetics, is that going to be a thing? These really high quality weapon appearances. Talk to me about what you can tell us about with that.
Okay, so we'll basically launch our new high quality resources every week. In Delta Force, the weapon appearance they will be launched in bundles, and they can be directly purchased with Delta tickets, which is really good because you can earn the Delta tickets, as Aris just mentioned. You can earn it by the market change. You can just get it from the malls and sell it in the market. Additionally, if you purchase a bundle, if you want to buy some weapon appearance, you can either choose to purchase it directly
Are you using the new NVIDIA app? The shit they just came out with? That shit automatically, after every update, starts automatically optimizing your games. I was having weird ass problems with Leslie's computer too. I had to disable letting it optimize my game every time I launched it. But I don't know if that'll help you. Make sure your NVIDIA app ain't automatically optimizing it before you load, because it overwrites all that shit. But like I said, I don't know if that's your problem, but Leslie has the same problem on a 3060. Every time that NVIDIA app updates, we have to go in and turn off NVIDIA from automatically optimizing the game because it runs like shit and skips on hers. I'm gonna jump up or drop down a channel because I got the audio and shit from here streaming too. So I'll be back shortly. We're probably about to play some games. Lily's in Fortnite, so. Can you hear me in Discord? I was just making sure you could hear me. I guess I'll stop this and we'll jump in some Fortnite.